Alright, this video is going to cover the present tense of AR verbs. Please open your notebook to the next available blank page, and let's go ahead and get started. Our objective in this set of notes is by learning to conjugate verbs in the present tense, we can talk about what we do. Okay, so what do we know about verbs? We've already learned about the verb ser, and now we need to kind of expand our rules so that what we know about verbs covers more than just one verb at a time. We need to, we don't want to have to learn rules for every single individual verb, considering there are 1,000 or more verbs. So what do we know? First of all, we know that we can conjugate a verb. And conjugate means changing the ending of a verb to tell who's doing the action. We know that the most basic form of a verb is an infinitive. And in Spanish, infinitives end in AR, ER, and IR. But in English, those translate to mean to do something. So, for example, the verb hablar means to talk. The AR on the end is the to part in Spanish. That's its equivalent in English. Okay, we know other things about verbs too. First of all verbs have a stem, and it's the part that comes before the verb ending. So on an infinitive, it's everything before the AR, the ER, and the IR. So it's HABL for the verb hablar. And it's still everything before that portion of the ending when we have a conjugated verb. So for hablo, it's still going to be HABL. All right? The ending is the part of the verb that tells us who or what does the action of the verb. Again, with our examples, hablar, AR, tells us no one's doing the verb. It's in its infinitive form. It's the to talk. Versus hablo, the O on the end tells us that I talk. I'm the one doing the action. Okay, so same as always, our verb endings are going to fall within the same chart that we used for subject pronouns for the verb ser. So the top left is the O ending, and that's the yo form, so that's the I ending. Just below that we have as, that's the to form, as, or the U ending. And then we have a on the lower left, that's the he, she form of the verb. Top right we have nosotros amos, and then vosotros hais. The accent falls on the A here because this is for conjugating AR verbs. And then we have an, the eos form or the they form of the verb. Okay, so if we want to conjugate the verb hablar, meaning to talk, we want to write it out like this. H-A-B-L-O. We said O is the the yo form. So hablo, I talk. And then we have hablas, you talk. And we have habla, he or she talks. Hablamos, we talk. Oops. Habláis. Accent on the A because it's an AR verb. That means y'all talk. Please make sure that there's a big difference between your accent and the dot over your I. If I can't tell the difference, then the answer will be counted wrong. So please be slightly obnoxious about your accents and make sure that I can tell where you put it. Okay? And then don't forget the eos form down here, hablan, they talk. Okay? So each one of these forms translates to mean something different. It tells us who's doing the action of the verb. So I talk, you talk, he or she talks, we talk, y'all talk, and they talk. Okay? Just like with any other verb, each of those forms changes and tells us who's doing the action. Alright, so repasamos, time to review. Please look back through your notes. Ask yourself, have you replayed the video to catch anything you missed or needed to review? And did you write down 3 questions over material you didn't understand, or 3 questions to help you review for the test? Don't forget that's part of your note grade, so make sure that you have at least 3 questions written down. And don't forget to ask me in class tomorrow so that I can help you go over anything that you might have missed or need clarification on. Thanks.